Well, good morning, Black Lounge. I hope everybody's doing as great as me today. I am a little bit down, just a little bit, not 100%, but just a little bit because unfortunately, this morning at 1 a.m., we did lose my grandfather this morning. So rest in peace to my grandfather. He was the final grandparent that I did have that was alive. He did make it to 90 years old. So rest in peace to him. And please pray for the family, my mother and my aunt right now, as during this difficult time. But what I wanted to talk about, guys, was the fact that there is, in fact, three children, three juveniles that have been found in Houston. Apparently, it's South Harris County, where they have been found in an apartment along with the skeletal remains of another child. The child is believed to be who would have been their 9-year-old brother. The children were the ages of 15, 10, and 7. And the 15-year-old is the one that actually called the police in the first place. He called and let them know that his 9-year-old brother, which was right next to him in the bed, was actually dead and had been dead for over a year. So, of course, they came out. They came to check out this situation. Turns out the parents obviously were not there. When they came in, the children were in absolute deplorable conditions. They did have cuts and some bruises on them. However, the house had food. It was an apartment complex. The apartment was, in fact, being rented, and the rent was getting paid. The children had no idea, from what they are saying, how they were getting any food in the house and how the rent was being paid. But apparently it was. The parents have, in fact, been found. It was the mother and a boyfriend, and they are currently being investigated. They're currently under questioning right now. This is a developing story, so we don't have a whole lot on what the parents are saying or what is going on. But I think this is it's a pretty obvious situation where there are four children in the house who have not been able to tend to, to each other as much as a parent would. But it looks like the 15-year-old and the 10-year-old have been trying to take care of the 7-year-old. And that unfortunately the 9-year-old is in fact dead. And that child has been dead for over a year. This is a developing story again. It's very sad, but unfortunately this is what has happened. There were a lot of people in the neighborhood apparently that were complaining about the smell, complaining about, various things happening around the apartment, but no one called the police. And it's funny that the management, they were actually, the reporters you can see were trying to question management on this. Like, you guys, no maintenance men ever came to the apartment, nothing, and they were just shooing people away. Like, we're not answering questions. Just get away from here right now. I got major questions for that management company too, or at least the management office, because it looks like a decent apartment complex. It doesn't look like it's the hood. I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, some places that are the hood look like that, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but it looks like it's a decent place. It looks like it should have at least a management office there, that can tend to the needs of the residents every day. And yeah, I'm not understanding how nobody picked this up. Even the neighbors that lived upstairs, the neighbors that lived next door, the neighbors that lived underneath of them or something. Like, what is going on here, guys? Three children? And keep in mind, the children were not locked in the apartment or anything like that. They were able to come and go and everything. So I'm confused about what's going on here. But as the story develops, I will bring that information to you guys. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. Keisha211, Sherry O'Keefe Speed. I appreciate you guys. All right, you have a wonderful day, and thank you for calling.